All right, hi everybody. It's Jock, and this is number 3. Our second week now of doing screencasting for class, and I'm going to try to do these weekly. And let me just get down to business here. I didn't really mean to be on this page. Let's see. I guess since we're on this page, let's just take a look at assignments right now. Right now, the chapters 9 and 10 are our focus, which are around group cohesion and team dynamics, leadership as well. And I'm going to be doing another screencast around that topic that I'll send out later this week. But for now, today's class and screencast is going to focus on the job hunt assignment and resume building and job searching. So as far as assignments, it would be great if the folks who are doing chapters 9, which are Carla and Juliana, as well as chapter 10, Sophia and Rachel, and even chapter 11, Madison and Jonah, if you want to send in your PowerPoints and do a screencast with them, that would be great. You could actually send both of those files separately, and I can upload them for the class to enjoy. So what else? The wealth book is something I hope that you are working on and finishing. The presentations for that will be being submitted next week, so folks will be wanting to work with partners on that, and then continue to work on the info paper. So let me just toggle over into the agenda for today's class. We're going to start with our check-in and do a little review of assignments. I'm actually going to just put my phone on Do Not Disturb, which it looks like it already was. Okay, so I really want to focus on the job hunt, but as far as just reviewing assignments, free write 6 with your peer, hopefully getting that submitted. The wealth book, working on that and the presentations, chapter 10 review questions. Please send in PowerPoints, those of you who are doing chapters 9, 10, 11. I'm going to tell you more about the job hunt assignment. That's not due for 2 weeks though. And then the info paper, I want you to be working on that. That's not due for quite a while, but just keep chipping away, doing research, reading articles. So as far as the job hunt today, I want to show you a few videos, talk about resumes, job searching. I've got a PowerPoint video there too, and an article I want to refer to about burning your resume and really getting out there networking. I lastly want to just review what's expected for the job hunt assignment so you can get that taken care of and submitted. So next up, I want to go to the job hunt assignment. And so in order to find that, you're going to go to our class webpage and slide over into the career development folder. And in there, you'll see a number of files. The first 3 we've taken care of around the personal mission statement, which of course you can use in your resume. But then there are a couple I want to show you. The parameters of the job hunt assignment, which also includes the worksheet or handout that you would print out and fill out when you are completing this assignment. And so here it is. Essentially, you put your name down, and then I want you to look for a job, a really ideal job that will be the next step or maybe a long-term goal. And you can find it in places that might be listed on those bigger job sites like Monster, Career Builder, Indeed, Juju. Or you can also, find it in a more local source. Anywhere I'm looking for the title, where you found it, perhaps a screenshot of the job itself or a URL. What's the salary, the hourly wage? Is it part-time, full-time? What qualifications might you need to have? As far as the job interview, how are you going to dress? What questions will you ask? What questions might you be asked? What might be your answer to those questions? How are you going to prepare for the interview? Other things, how hard was it to find? Will you need to relocate? And then a cover letter. And in your cover letter, I'm hoping you're going to mention keywords that you would include, because you're going to see that is critical for getting through some of the hoops. So that is the job hunt assignment. Actually, let's just go back one screen. This is a key folder, by the way, the virtual course materials. So just keep your eye on that, as where I'll be putting in new posts from here on out. So continuing on with the career development folder, I want to take you to another resource in there, which is the rubric that I use for grading that job hunt assignment. And it really has just two components to it. I'm looking at the resume and how you do on the job hunt part, that handout that I just showed you. So as far as the resume, here are the things that I'm often recommending that people do. And so if you want to see kind of those things that I'm commonly telling people, hey, did you think of this if I don't see it already? So that'll help you sort of preempt and I think do well right from the get-go, knowing that rubric is there. And then also in this career development folder, let's just go back to it, are a couple of key resources. And actually, on our way there, let me go online and take you to the first of the videos in our job hunt. And so I'm going to switch over to CBS and 60 Minutes from, I think, somewhere.
Stand back, all bosses. A new breed of American worker is about to attack everything you hold sacred, from giving orders to your starched white shirt and tie. They're called, among other things, millennials. There are about 80 million of them born between 1980 and 1995, and they're rapidly taking over from the baby boomers who are now pushing 60. They were raised by doting parents who told them they were special, played in little leagues with no winners or losers or all winners. They're laden with trophies just for participating, and they think your business-as-usual ethic is for the birds. And if you persist in the belief, you can take your job and shove it. Corporate America is so unnerved by all this that companies like Merrill Lynch, Ernst & Young, and Disney and scores of others are hiring consultants to teach them how to deal with this generation that only takes yes for an answer. The workplace has become a psychological battlefield, and the millennials have the upper hand.
Our parents really took from us that opportunity to fall down on our face and learn how to stand up.
Jason Dorsey has written 2 how-to books for them. And while he admits his mother picked out his suit for this interview, his generation is not going to make the same mistakes their parents made.
We're not going to settle because we saw our parents settle. And we have options that we can keep hopping jobs. No longer is it bad to have 4 jobs on your resume in a year, whereas for our parents or even Gen X, that was terrible. But that's the new reality for us, and we're going to keep adapting and switching and trying new things until we figure out what it is.
And figuring it out takes time. Sociologists tell us most Americans believe adulthood begins at 26 or older, and that having witnessed so many sacrifices by their parents to achieve middle-class security has had a huge impact. Family and friends are the new priorities. Blind careerism is beginning to fade.
We definitely put lifestyle and friends above work. No question about it.
Do you both feel that that's pretty much the way one should look at life?
Yeah,
I do.
Absolutely.
I do, yeah. I remember my dad getting laid off, all these things growing up, and that's because they sacrificed for the company. Well, the first reaction for me is, I sure don't want to do that. I'm going to be in it for me, and I'm going to make it work.
Where does this fantasy about I'm going to find the dream job? There's no such thing as a dream job. I mean, a few of us, like me. But where does this fantasy come from?
I think we were told when we were little, you can be anything you want. And then they went on and
Big
told us
lie,
this.
right?
Big goals are great. Selling a fantasy that everything's going to be perfect and peachy is not.
For all the complaining, Dorsey and Healy believe their generation will transform the office into a much more efficient, flexible, and yes, nicer place to be.
Thank you. Have a good one.
But until then, a message to bosses everywhere, just don't forget the praise.
We want to hear it, and truly, we'd love for our parents to know. There's nothing better than Mom getting that letter saying, you know, Ryan did a great job. Here, I just wanted to let you know you raised a fantastic son.
Send it to Grandma, too.